I don't know about you, but there are times that I find myself wishing I could be kid again. And why? Because being a kid, I think, is the time that you can just live very simply, and that's because you just don't have to do much. All you need to have is a family. Having a family, I mean, like your parents, relatives, they can do anything and everything for you. You don't need to worry about food, you don't need to worry about anything. All you have to do is just wake up healthy and stay in that house, and everything is done for you. This time, for example, you could ask for anything. You could ask for toys, you could ask for anything you wanted, you would have it. Just ask for parents. Dad, I want a car. Dad, I want a hero. Dad, I want anything you wanted could be there. Maybe they could ask you to wait a little until they buy, but you could have it and you wouldn't even need to worry about how much they bought that toy. But when you get older, that changes completely. That changes completely. When you get older, now you start seeing that not everything you want or not everything you have to have, your parents can give you. And that is because most of the things that we need in life, I'm not saying like everything, but lots of things that we need to have, maybe the best phone, maybe the best car in the world, anything you want in life, that comes with money. You have to buy and then you get it. Then when you're starting to get older, you realize that your parents cannot give you everything you want. I mean, like, they cannot afford, not because they don't want to do that, but because they can't afford it. One of the times that I really remember, I'll never forget that. I think it was in 2016. I was 16 too, and I was in grade 11. I I came back home. At that time, we were at the end of the lessons, and we were having so much homework that we needed like to take some money and go take some copies so that we could do the homework from there. And so I went home and asked for some money so that I could have the copies and I could do the homework. But I was told like this money, I just wanted it like to spend on my things. I was using school to take the money and spend on my own things, and that really offended me. I was too offended. I really hate crying, but I just went to my room and I was very annoyed that I ended up crying. Like, I didn't cry like with that loud voice, no, but I closed my door and I started crying. Of course, I knew I needed the money like for the school stuff, but I was being told like I just needed the money to waste it, but that wasn't my purpose. So that really offended me. And with that incident, I felt very bad that I started avoiding to ask for money. Any money that I could make, any penny that I could make, I was already starting to save up that money so that anytime I needed like something that cost not so much money, I could afford to pay by myself. Sometimes when I went to school, if I had some little money, I could buy some snack, but I stopped doing that. And not only because I was like kinda intelligent and I could help some colleagues do some hard homeworks, and they gave me some money for that. Yeah, and that money I could not spend at all. I was keeping it, and every homework we had, or maybe anytime I needed to take copies, I was using the same money. And this was just the beginning. It was just the beginning because I started needing money more and more, that I had even thought about quitting school. But fortunately, I didn't do that, and I'm so glad I did not do it. I didn't quit school. And the following year, which was 2017, I was in grade 12. I I was given some money by my grandmother. It was 1,500 meticals. Uh, this money was for me to buy some clothes for myself. Then Then instead of taking the whole lot of money and buying clothes, I thought maybe this is a chance that I have to start my own business. Then I spent 25% of that money buying some clothes, and I took 25 of the same money and I bought a package of diapers. I was so scared that I had to do that, but yeah, I had to do something. I didn't tell anyone that I was starting a business, but I started. I think everybody was like good with that, and they started giving me more ideas, and the rest of the money I took it and bought some other stuff because I live next to a market, and the first idea I had was to take the package of diapers and start selling home. But I was told like if I wanted to sell more, I should go to the market and start working with that package of diapers so I could sell more. And so I did. I went there and I started getting addicted and I was kind of making some money. But yeah, and I was like, yeah, now my life is not in trouble anymore. Like I was good, all right. And then time was going on. After that year, in 2018, I got the opportunity of graduating from the high school, and I went to a school of English uh, to study English. But before going to this school, I'd already had some English. Then when I went there, I I started studying, and because I had some English, one of the teachers there saw me and told me like if I wanted, I could make part of the team of teaching. Then I started doing that, and that also boosted my earnings, right? I started making some money, not only from my business, but I also started making some money from this work because I do it until now. And finally, when I was making this money from my business, making this money from my work, putting all that together, like I was making 4 times more than I was making when I was only with my business. Now, I think I started getting confused because I thought like I could buy anything that I wanted. Then I was spending this money every time I was making some money, and uh, almost in the middle of the month I could finish all the money I had made like from the previous month. So this was very awful because one of the months, I think it was from December to January, I didn't work, and my work pays like that way that you do the work this month and you're paid. It's not like if there is no work you are not being paid like that. And these 2 months, December and January of from 2019 to 2020, I I didn't work. There was no work, so I didn't make any money, and that was absolutely confused. I was very, very depressed because I was always thinking like, how am I gonna survive without that money? And that led me to make myself like many, many terrible questions, and it wasn't that good. It was a very, very bad experience because I was kind of used to making this money and like wasting it, like spending every month. I was like, yeah, next month I'm going to make another money. This month I have to spend all the money I have. And I was even like taking some money for borrowed, and yeah, because I felt like now I'm making some good money, but that wasn't good at all. And I had to learn something that I wish that if anybody that is like has started to make money, I think they should also learn this because this is not easy. So with that, I had to learn something that I wish I'd learned before, because maybe if I did, I wouldn't have gone to this bad experience. And that is managing your money. You have to know, you have to learn how to manage your own money. That is because making money is not a problem. Okay, now you have the money, but the most important thing is not only making this money, is knowing how much to spend, how much to save. If possible, you have to also invest in something that will also make this money make more money. I don't know about you if you started working, but when I started working, I thought like I could borrow money. That was very normal for me because I could afford to pay back, but that's not a good habit if you want to be financially free, because when you're borrowing this money, now you are using some money that will come in the future. Then like when this money comes, it will not have the same value it could have if you wouldn't have borrowed any money. Then that's not good at all. Like borrowing money, that's a good habit. I think if you're doing that, you should cut that because it's not good at all, I can tell you. But another thing you should be doing is saving up some money. Because when as I said before, when I was making all this money, now I started thinking that I could spend the whole money I was making, and not only spend the whole money I was making, but also go and ask for some money, like borrow some money. And now like I spent my money, the money I made that month. I also spent some money that I would make in the future, because I could get the money and then pay back to somebody else. Now my value, if it was, for example, let's say 5,000, I had to pay 2,000 back to someone else. Now I was left with 3,000, and that wasn't good at all. But you want to save up, because I like YouTube, for example. I like YouTube, and I haven't got a camera. Now I'm filming this video with my own phone. So this is the moment that I have a feeling, I feel like I can keep making more videos. Then out of the blue, it was like 3 weeks ago, the phone I was using to film these videos I post on my YouTube channel broke down, and I had to replace that same phone. So by the time I was like in the middle of the month when my phone broke down, and I needed to replace this phone, but that moment like there wasn't any money coming as a payment for me. So what did I have to do is buy another phone so that I couldn't stop making these videos for YouTube, because I love doing it. And if I didn't have any money saved up, I can tell you, until now I'd be crying to have another phone, because since then until today I haven't made any money that could replace the same money that I used it to buy another cell phone. Then this money I used, it was, some part of it was saved up, another one was invested. Then I took some money from my investment and my savings, and I added up. I had to buy another phone, thank God. So the reason why you should start saving up some money is because some emergency can come in your life and you want to be ready for that. Of course, like there may be some emergencies that you cannot handle because maybe you don't have enough money, but let's say like some little things, you can do them if you have some money saved up. I gave you the example of my phone. If I didn't have any money saved up until now, I wouldn't have any phone now, and I wouldn't film this video. So thanks to savings, I could have another phone on the same day my phone broke down. It's so good when you use your money if you have an emergency to resolve your problem than borrowing some money, because that's not good. Like it makes you feel like you owe someone something, then that feeling is not good. At least for me, that doesn't feel good. And another thing also is investing in yourself. Investing in yourself. This is one of the things that I am like still learning. I don't know much about that. I've read so many books. I've also watched some of my favorite YouTube channels such as Andrew Jick, Graham, and others, right? But until now I haven't found a way that I can say like this one is so good or for investing. Like I mean, like, because I'd also like to make some passive income. So until now I haven't found any. But besides of internet, like online investment, I I have some investments like just some business, some little business that makes some money, though it's not like that much, but it's something. All right. At least I've started doing that, and maybe I hope one day I can grow, right, and do something that is really interesting and can make more money, right? But the focus of this video is not like investing. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is like it's very very good when you start needing money, then you find a way of making money. Maybe that can be from working, or maybe can be from having a business that can pay you back. Then after you start making this money, now you have to be the one who can control well this money. You have to know how much you make, you have to know how much you are going to spend, and how much you can have in savings every time you make some money. I told you the importance of these savings. Not only that, but maybe if you want to buy something that is really really important, and it wasn't kind of in a plan, but you you need to buy this thing also like an emergency. You have some money saved up, so you can use that. And not only that, I think if you want to be rich, I think one of the ways to become rich is investing. And if you want to invest, you have to start with your own money first. Then you also need this money of savings to start investing. Thank you. I hope I told you something interesting, and I hope you become the controller of your own money and not someone who's always borrowing money, because this is not a good habit. If you are always borrowing money, it means you don't know how to manage your money. Most importantly, if you already started make money, then you should stop borrowing money. Maybe you can borrow for the like for some to start up, but doing this like always is not a good thing for you, not financially. No. Thank you. Bye.